बिहारी की जय। श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय। परम करुणा श्री गौर निताय की जय। भक्ति तुलसी महारानी की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। All glories to assembled devotees.
Hare
All
Krishna.
glories to assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone. Good morning. Hope everyone doing great. Today we will continue to read the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Cosmic Manifestation, Chapter 6, which is Purusha Sukta confirmed. Am I right? And text 32. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Srijami Tanyuktaham Haro Harati Tadvasa Vishwam Purusa Rupena Paripati Trisakti Druk. Srijami Tanyuktaham Haro Harati Tadvasa Vishwam Purusa Rupena Paripati Trisakti Druk. Srijami Tanyuktaham Haro Harati Tadvasa Vishwam Purusa Rupena Paripati Trisakti Druk. Please recite.
Sujami tanyuktoham haro harati tadvasa vishvam purusha rupena paripati trishakti dhrak.
Srijami Tanyuktoham Haro Harati Tadvasaha Vishwam Purusha Rupena Paripati Trishakti Dre. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Srijami tan niyukto aham haro harati tadvasaha vishwam purusha rupena paripati trishakti drika. Hare Krishna.
Srijami tan niyukto aham haro harati tadvasha Vishvam Purusha Rupena Paripati Trishakti Drik. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Anyone else want to try?
Srijami tanniyuktoham haro harati tadvasa Vishwam Purusha Rupena Paripati Trishakti Dhra.
Thank you. So we'll go for synonyms now. Synonyms. Srijami, do create. Tat, by his. Niyukta, appointment. Aham, I. Harha, Lord Shiva. Harati, destroys. Tat Vasaha, under his subordination. Vishwam, the whole universe. Purusa, the personality of Godhead. Rupena, by his eternal form. Paripati, maintains. Trisakti Drik, the controller of three energies. Translation. By his will I create, Lord Shiva destroys, and he himself, in his eternal form as the personality of Godhead, maintains everything. He is the powerful controller of these three energies. Purport. The conception of the oneness, the conception of one without a second is clearly confirmed here. The one is Lord Vasudeva, and only by his different energies and expansions are different manifestations, both in the material and in the spiritual worlds, maintained. In the material world also, Lord Vasudeva is everything, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita 7.19. Vasudeva Sarvamiti, everything is Vasudeva only. In the Vedic hymns, also the same Vasudeva is held to be supreme. It is said in the Vedas, Vasudevat Parabrahman na chanyartha sti tattvataha. In fact, there is no greater truth than Vasudeva. And Lord Krishna affirms the same truth in the Bhagavad Gita 7.7, Matta parataram nanyat. There is nothing above me, Lord Krishna. So, the conception of oneness as overly stressed by the impersonalist is also accepted by the personalist devotees of the Lord. The difference is that the impersonalist denies personality in the ultimate issue, whereas the devotee give more importance to the personality of Godhead. Srimad Bhagavatam explains this truth in the verse under discussion. Lord Vasudeva is one without a second, but because he is all-powerful, he can expand himself as well as display his omnipotencies. The Lord is described here as omnipotent by three energies, three Shakti Drik. So primarily, his three energies are internal, marginal, and external. This external energy is also displayed in the three modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Similarly, the internal potency is also displayed in three spiritual modes, Samvit, Samdhini, and Ladini. The marginal potency or the living entities is also spiritual, Prakritim Vidime Param. But the living entities are never equal to the Lord. The Lord is Nirashta Samya Atisaya. In other words, no one is greater than or equal to the Supreme Lord. So, the living entities, including even such great personalities as Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, are all subordinate to the Lord. In the material world also, in his eternal form of Vishnu, he maintains and controls all the affairs of demigods, including Brahma and Shiva. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirbhisesa Sunyavadi Paschyata Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. By his will I create, Lord Shiva destroys, and he himself in his eternal form as the personality of Godhead maintains everything. He is the powerful controller of these three energies. Hare Krishna. Good morning. Welcome everyone. Before I speak, I would like to seek blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas. So here, the conversation between Lord Brahma and Narada is happening. And very important conversation. Everyone in this universe are put into darkness because this universe is tamas means in darkness. By default, all living entity is put into darkness, ignorance. And another question is, knowing the Supreme Lord or the cause of everything is not very easy, because knowing ourselves is not easy. We don't know who we are. Not possible. Everyone is illusion, thinking that the body is the self. So knowing the cause of everything is far, far beyond our limited senses and speculations. There's no possibility. In all species of life, there are limitations. Then they can know only ahara nidra bhaya maituna. That's it. But in human life, the facility has been given, but still It's not very easy. Knowing ourselves is not easy. Forget about knowing the cause of everything. Material nature is so bewildering and so complex. We see that material scientists, they try to invent something, and they invent it, and they become successful in that endeavor. And with that successful, they become proud. They say, "Oh, look, we have created this. We have created this. There is no God. Everything can be done by us." And that puts them in more and more darker situation on the car, because the material nature is so bewildering and so complex. The more one entangles, the more and more it gets into complex situations. Even when we look into the creation of such tiny creature, any creature is so difficult. And dealing with mosquitoes, dealing with fly itself is so difficult. How tiny creature has been made. So there's a theory that everything was happening automatically. That doesn't solve any problem. It's not convincing. There is that matter is the cause of everything. That also not complete knowledge as we keep on searching. Because there has to be some intelligence behind in all this creation. Without intelligence, nothing can happen. Human body itself is very, very complicated. The doctors, those who study medicine, they study years and years and years, and that too, they may study, but they are accepting the teachings of the previous teachers. It's not just in 12 years one can finish the medicine, understand everything, specialization, and that too they learn only based on the provided books. The whole body is so complex. Even if you see, my son had a book on brain, the structure of the brain and everything, internal part. it is such a complex. I recently visited to one of the congregation, to the hospital, just visit to see how is it doing. And when I saw there's so many wires and machines outside of the body just to make his body temporarily function. So those elements are needed to function one's body. It means within one's body, the creator has made such complex networking, complex structure, and it's functioning. It's very, very complicated. Yes, human being has succeeded to know up to a certain degree in manipulating matter, but it is not possible to know the truth by speculation, because it's so elusive and bewildering that even great persons has given up, right, to know. And to inquire on this is the purpose of human life. To inquire on this is the purpose of human life. But how will we know who is the creator? Only through the authorities who, as it is said, the 12 Mahajanas, they know about the Supreme Lord. They know about the truth about this creation. Mahajana Yenagata Sapanta. One has to approach the Mahajana only. As Lord Brahma, as one of the Mahajanas, in Brahma Samhita, he says, Angani yasya shakalandriya vritimanti pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti ananda chinmaya sadujjala vigrahasya govindam adi purusam tamaham bhajami. And he describes about this cause of all causes. He describes about what is the nature of his limb and how it is made of. His transcendental form is made of full of bliss, truth. So it's Satchidananda. Each and every limb of that personality is in full-fledged functions of all that organs. Means each and every limb has the ability to do everything. Just like in our limbs, material body, we have it. Through eyes we can see, but we cannot see through mouth. So that personality maintains and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane. So this is what is in line with what Prabhupada is writing in this purport also. Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma, again he speaks about his realization. And then here also, Prabhupada writes here, Brahma writes, by his will I create, Lord Shiva destroys, and himself in his eternal form as the personality of God and maintains everything. He is the powerful controller of all these three energies. So it is not contradicting. It is Vasudev only. Now, the one Lord, the one who is the Lord Vasudev is the only cause of everything, both material manifestation and spiritual manifestation. Both in material and spiritual worlds maintained. He is the maintainer of everything. Only thing is the spiritual manifestation is eternal. Vasudeva Sarvamiti so Mahatma Sadurlabha. That's what has been described, both Brahma in the past. They're also described. Now, but can he be known, that Vasudeva? How is he, how one can come to know? He cannot be known very easily. Only by devotional services can be known. Advaitam Achyutam Anadimananta Rupam Madhyam Purana Purusam Navayovanamscha. Vedesu Durlabam Adurlabam Atma Bhakto Govindam Adi Purusam Tamam Bhajami. Now, while searching for knowledge, the truth, it is so vast. The Lord is inaccessible to the Vedas. Vedishta Sabam Aham Vedya. It's not very easy. It's not inaccessible. Just by studying the Vedas, one cannot know. Na yajna na dana, na just by offering charity, one cannot know. But he can be known, he's obtainable. He can be known and also he can be obtainable. He's available also, can be by pure unalloyed devotion by the self. And he is not subject to decay. He is without beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning and the eternal Purusa. Yet, he is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth. That person is the cause of everything, but at the same time, he is not accessible by all these processes, because the yogis and jnanis, they take so much of endeavor. Yogis and the process of jnana yoga and dhyana yoga is very, very difficult. Thus Arjuna says, it's not possible for me to do all these things. Go for forest and practice. Nowadays we are struggling, do our sadhana itself. Very simple. We're living in a comfortable house. Yet it's so challenged. So he says that, Brahma says, Jnana is a yogish take so much of endeavor. Only the tip of the toes of the lotus feet, whose lotus feet is approached by the yogis. So it means one can only tip of the toes, very insignificant aspect of the absolute truth can be revealed by the process of yogic process. Pranayam, meditation, yoga, all these things is not very easy. But all these things can be simply revealed if one is very fortunate enough to take association, if a pure devotee of the Lord. Brahmanda Brahmite Korna Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasad Pai Bhakti Lata Base. Actually, we came to the ISKCON movement. We are very fortunate. This is our life and soul and eternal home. because it's allowing us to come out of this darkness and enter into that abode, relate with that personality who is our eternal friend and well-wisher, cause of everything. Svetasatra Upanishad says, Yasya deve parabhakti yatha deve tata guru tasyete katita hi artha prakasante mahatmana. Unto those great souls who simultaneously have implicit faith, only those souls who has both faith in the Lord and the spiritual master. It's like it goes like a two tracks of the spiritual journey goes like a two tracks of the railways. Once we have faith on the spiritual master, implicit faith. From Shraddha, one sincere disciple tries to follow the instructions of the spiritual master, and he gets the result. He says, "Oh yes, I see it. Really, it's working on me." So the faith increases. But if you don't follow the process properly, then the faith will remain in neophyte stage only. Not unflinching faith. It will remain a very simple, minimum faith. Okay, Krishna may be Supreme Personality of God, very minimum, because one cannot have a strong understanding. That strong faith will not be there. Nishtha will not be there unless one takes the instructions of the spiritual master and follows properly. Implicit faith will not be very easy. So one who has implicit faith on the Lord and the spiritual master, what happens is all the imports of the Vedic knowledge automatically reveal. Means that that we can very easily connect the dots. There's many incidents in the past we can see when Ramanujacharya was on his way to his spiritual master. If I know his Yamunacharya, I think by that time Yamunacharya had left the planet, but his fingers are left as it is, as if like he's instructing something. The devotees could not understand. Disciples could not understand. But Ramanuja could understand by seeing. He said that, this is what is the meaning of Yamunacharya. So all the devotees were very surprised to see how Ramanujacharya could understand. So this is one of the example that all the imports of the Vedic knowledge automatically revealed when we have this determination, faith. The Lord within the heart and the spiritual master externally, they help us to understand fully. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yonamam upayantite. Jnana dipena bhasata. And I give this lamp of knowledge in the heart. So devotees are always constantly guided within their heart. They may seem like they are doing whimsically according to their own will, but devotees are always guided from inside. That's the beauty of devotional service. So in this verse, I will just give, we'll go through a little bit more on this. Just sorry, I want to bring the page here. Yeah. So hope everyone can see my page here. Here, Prabhupada writes in his purport that Vasudev is everything. And that Vasudev is Krishna. Krishna affirms in the Bhagavad Gita, Matta Parataram Nanyat. So sometimes Vasudev means, sometimes one can say, oh, his impersonal aspect. No. Then further we have to read, Krishna says, it's me. To know me. Vasudeva Sarvamiti means, I am. It's referring to me. I am the Vasudev. There is nothing more to be known, superior than me. And the impersonalist, what do they think is the impersonal aspect of the absolute, who is the cause of everything. And the personalist is that we don't deny, but we accept the impersonal aspect and the personal aspect both. Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan iti sabdate. We don't deny the impersonal realization. But as a personalist, we understand the cause of all causes is the absolute truth, Satchidananda Vigraha. He is a person, and in his by his Brahma Jyoti, he manifests Brahmana Pratishtaham. Everything is manifested. He is a Brahma Jyoti, impersonal aspect. At the same time, he is a Satchidananda Vigraha, is a form, and that Supreme Lord is possessor of all these energies. Three Sakti Drik. He has a internal energy, marginal energy, and external energy. Again, this internal energy is also three types: Satchid, Ananda. Samvid, Sandhini, and Ladini. That's same thing, Satchidananda. Samvid, Samdhini, and Ladini. Then external energy is also three types, right? We see in mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. The living entities are also spiritual by nature. So all these energies are, the Lord is the energetic. He is the possessor. He is the enjoyer of energy. Prakriti is supposed to serve and subservient to the Purusha. So both external energy and internal energy, they are always subservient to the Lord. Only issue is the innate tendency of the living entities, not to be subservient sometimes. So one suffers. One suffers. In Brahma Bhimohan Leela, I'll stop after this this incident. When Brahma Bhimohan Leela, when Lord Brahma did this mistake by stealing the calves and calves and his Krishna's friends, and finally realized the Lord Krishna is actually the original personality of Godhead. He was so ashamed, and he came and begged forgiveness. So then when he's begging forgiveness, he says that, oh my Lord Krishna, please forgive me. Just like a father forgives his child. Father always forgives one's child, right? Like that. So he said that just a father forgives one's child, please forgive. So Lord Krishna wanted to see, hey, how come I'm your father? I'm not your father. Lord Narayan is your father. Because Brahma has come from the navel of Lord Vishnu and Narayan. That's your father. Then how come I'm your father? So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami narrates this again further. Yes. That Narayan, who is my father, who I am born, that Narayan is only part and partial, an amsa of you only. Further he goes from how Narayan has come. Chaturviha, Vasudeva Sankarshana Pradyumna Aniruddha. From this, Narayan comes. From Narayan, I come. So this way is, yes, immediate. I'm born from the Narayan, but ultimately you are the original father of everything. You're the source of everything. So in this way, by citing authorities, the great personalities has shared with us that how Krishna is the cause of everything. Narad Muni, being a very humble inquirer, a disciple, has inquired this truth. One doesn't have to take shelter of everything. We are taking all this knowledge is coming from the disciplic succession, which is very bona fide. All we need to do is practice very sincerely. On this, I will share one song here. I have to open it, though I don't have it. Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes in, I think, Tumi Sarveswareswara, if I'm remembering that right. Yeah, Tumi. Yeah, I got it. If it's okay, I can, if you allow me, I can sing this. You all will like it. This is from Bhaktivinoda Thakur Saranagati. He says, Tumi Sarveswareswara Brajendra Kumar Tomara Ichaya Biswe Shrujana Samhar. Bhaktivinoda Thakur again citing his authority. Why? Guru Sadhu Shastra. They don't deviate, contradict each other. Bhaktivinoda Thakur Acharya, he says that, yes, oh Lord, to me means, oh Krishna, you are the Lord of everything. Which Lord he is referring to? There are so many Lords. No, it's a Brajendra Kumar, son of Nanda Maharaj, which Krishna is the Lord of everything. And according to his will only, in this universe, Shrujana Samhara. Shrujana Samhara means the creation takes place and annihilation takes place. Just as Brahma said, I, and by the will of the Lord, create, and Lord Shiva is destroying. Okay. The next is maintaining Tava icha mata Brahma Karena srojana Tava icha mata Vishnu Karena palan. Now, this again covered, very nice. Sometimes question comes, yes, we understand, according to your will, Brahma is, creating it. But what does it mean? According to your will, Vishnu is maintaining. So by citing the example of Lord Brahma, explaining to Lord Krishna that Narayana is only a portion of the Supreme Personality, or Amsa of the Supreme Lord. That's why Lord Vishnu is also fulfilling the desire of Lord Krishna. Taba icha mata Vishnu karena palana. Though there is no difference between Lord Krishna and Lord Vishnu, still at the same time Lord Vishnu is the expansion of Lord Krishna, partial expansion to fulfill this Leela of maintenance. Taba icha mate Shiva karena samhara Taba icha mate maya sruje karagar. The next is, Shiva is somehow is annihilates. Annihilation is the characteristics of this material universe. So that is done by the Lord Shiva's. However, he doesn't do anything independently. He does according to the will of Lord Krishna. Then, Taba Ichamate Shuje Karagar. Karagar means the prison house. Maya, Durga Devi, which is Maya, she maintains, she creates and maintains this Karagar, also this prison house, according to your will. Not only Lord Shiva, not only Lord Brahma, and not only Lord Vishnu, even the Devi also does functions according to the will of your will, O Krishna. Then he says, Tab icha mate jive janama marana samradhini pate dukha sukha samhatana. According to your will also, the living entities, as birth and death takes place. Therefore, he says, according to your will, the living being take birth and death, die, and according to your will, they meet with prosperity and ruin, happiness and sorrow. So now we can say, according to his will means the living entity desires, but Lord sanctions. And what is the sanction? So many desires we have, unlimited desire. We want to enjoy as a human, we want to enjoy as a dog, we want to enjoy as a cat, we want to enjoy as a tree, we want to enjoy as a worm. So he provides, so many millions of varieties of enjoyment, just like mother gives varieties of food every day to the child. Different every time. If you feed everything same thing every day, the child will fed up. So many varieties. So Lord fulfills all the desires of the living entity to accept different kind of bodies, to enjoy different things in that particular body. Miche maya bodha jiva asa pase fire taba icha bina kichu korito na pare. So miche maya bodha jiva. Bodha jiva means, which is the five. Miche maya says, the tiny soul bound up by maya vainly struggles so many plans. struggles in the fetters of the worldly desires. we may struggle so many things, but without the Lord's sanction, he cannot attain anything. And it's a very beautiful song. I'll read that 3 more. Tumi tora kharo palako amar tomar charana bina asanaya. So all this conversation between Narada and Brahma, the purpose is we learn now. That is, everything is happening by the will of the Lord. My enjoying, my suffering, my birth and my death in this material world is happening by His will. So that's why I realize now, I know now. So now I'm accepting the Lord, or you're Akhala, you're protector and you're maintainer, Amara. And without your lotus feet, there is no other shelter for me. We have come to this knowledge and we are processes surrendering. নিজ বল চেষ্টা প্রতি ভরসা ছাড়িয়া তোমার ইচ্ছায় আছি নির্ভর করিয়া. Until now I tried everything. Nija bolo, I can do everything. I can fix everything. I can solve everything. Ahankara. No, I could do everything. I don't need anyone's help. Bharsa chadiya, and now I'm helpless. Bharsa chadiya, I don't have any faith that I can do. Tomaro ichhaya achi nirbhar koriya, and I'm now depending on your mercy. Tomaro ichhaya achi nirbhar koriya. 7 is that I become solely dependent on your will. Right? Yashya prasadam Bhagavad prasadam Yashya prasadam nagati kutopi. Your will is, until now I was trying to do according to how I want. Now, O Lord, I will try to follow according to your will. Bhakati binadati dina kinchana tomaro ichhaye tar jivana marana. Now Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes for us, actually. You see that? I'm the most poor. In all this I tried. My pride has been, what do you call? It says leveled. My pride has been broken. Now, in accordance with your will, I will live and die. That's the sum and substance of this purpose of inquiring from the bona fide teacher and learning, becoming humble by rendering devotional service. Hare Krishna. Sorry, I took a few minutes more. Any questions or comments, any corrections? Charuchandra Prabhu is there. I know last time we spoke about the 3 energies, Samvit, Sandhini and Ladini Sakti. So again, it came today also in the same subject. By some Sandhini Sakti, everything comes into existence. And Samvit Sakti, the Lord is cognizant of everything, and Ladini Sakti, he enjoys everything in this in the spiritual world. Hare Krishna. Any comments, corrections?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Very nice class and song. Could you please explain about these 3 Sakti again? Samdini, the second one is Samvidini, the third is Haladini, and second one, what is second one about?
Samdini, Samvit, Ladini. Isn't it here? Today's class, yeah. Samdini, Samvit, Ladini. I'll give a very simple. It's very. I'll try to give a simplified way. See, everything last time also before I explained how this material world has a different ingredients. Any object, anything you want to create, you need ingredients, isn't it? Similarly, the spiritual world, the Lord's transcendental body and everything comes from this 3 things: Samdini, Samvit, and Ladini. Samdhini means, the spiritual world also comes into existence by Samdhini Sakti. The Lord and his energy are not different. Energy and energetic not different. And how? So that's the details. By Samdhini Sakti, he comes into existence in spiritual world. Okay. In the material world, it's a three modes. Three modes is from starting from Mahatattva. But once you have example, I may have exist, and I may have a 10 houses I may have. But I should be known also. I should know as well, right? There should be awareness of my potencies. How will I know? So thus knowledge, cognizant potency is called samvit. One thing is I have it. I'm having it because of my Sandhini potency. But all my possessions I am having is the knowledge of that is samvit potency. Okay. Well, what is the use of just having it and having knowledge of it if I don't enjoy it? It should be for my pleasure. So that pleasure potency is called Ladini Sakti. So everything in the spiritual world is in this way. Material world is made of three modes: Rajagun, Tamagun, Satagun, and spiritual world is prominent with these energies: Samvit, Samdhini, and Ladini.
Very nicely explained. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else wants to give some more on this, please? Charachandra Prabhu, Pranath, and Jagannath, Priyamataji, anyone? Golokanand, Priyamataji, everyone can. Janachari Prabhu, I'm so glad you all joined. Anyone wants to share on this more? Okay. If no comments, no corrections, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
No comments about the song. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Vasandhuvi evacha titanam pavanevyo vaishnavevyo namo namaha.
Hare Krishna.
Jai. Thank you, Krishna Kirtan, Prabhu. Not a lot of discussion on the topic, but the knowledge, we have to understand, So
yes,
because I'm finding a lot of these topics. There's not a whole lot of it's not stimulating a lot of conversation. It's information. It's gyan. I guess maybe there's a challenge on how we apply this into our understanding of our active devotional service. Is what I'm feeling. It's almost like a prerequisite that you need to take, and you sometimes think like, why do I need? Okay, I understand why I need this. It's important, but it's not so active as far as application.
There was recently there was discussion. People generally say that identify the religious process as faith, and faith without science can be blind faith also. And that's why the faith which has to be funded by this science is very important for our conviction. Otherwise, if one remains on the platform of the faith, sometimes we may deviate. Today we know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. When difficult situation comes, then we'll say, is Krishna really exists? Is God really exist? That's why it's very, Acharya has given this so that our nishtha, steady and nishtha is not just based on the rituals, By Shravanam and Kirtan, by hearing, our conviction will come, and we'll be very much convinced how one should be able to explain how Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, how this material world works. But if one doesn't explain, then what will remain on the platform? The faith only, and that can be many times marked as a sentiment. That's why we may see it's not triggering a lot of questions, but we should develop the staunch faith, unflinching faith, which it says the unflinching faith is one develops by regularly hearing on these subject matters. Then at the end of life, we know that Krishna is ultimately everything. I don't have to really juggle. I'm fully convinced that he's the only one who can protect me. Just like Uttara, while he has a difficult situation, when Brahmastra came, he had his, what do you call, father-in-laws, 5 strong father-in-laws. Everybody was there, but she approached Lord Krishna only, because only you can do. Pahi, what is that verse? And he said, only you can do. At the beginning, we are still doubtful whether really God is there. Then is really Krishna is God. Is really his protector of everything. Is really the only protector of us. So like this, so all these things helps us in our steady devotion and steady faith. Thank you for bringing.
Pahi Mahajogin.
Pahi Mahajogin.
Deva
Jagatpati. Yeah. But that she realized later, after and war and everything, she's Uttara, she's Abhimanyu's wife. But she went to Krishna, please, only you can do. You can help me. We are following this great personalities. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that, Prabhu.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Can stop it.
Hare Krishna.
One can stop. Is already stopped or no? I don't know how to stop it.
I can end, I think.
Okay, thank you.